Okay. Are you ready?
Of course I'm ready. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Plastics Podcast. I hope you had a spooky Halloween. It's November 1st. We're recording on November 1st. But the spirit of Halloween lives on. Woo! I'm back in the studio, back in New York City. Hello. It's going to be back in Brooklyn.
You were here last week.
Right, but I didn't record last week.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Oh my God, You're right.
Yeah. Yep.
This was a long weekend. Maddie, how are you?
I am. I'm hanging in there.
You're hanging in there?
Yep.
You're hanging in there. How many scary movies have you watched in the past couple weeks?
What are we at? 6 or 7 now?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I've loved it.
Give me some of the films, the cinematic experiences.
Yes. Well, first of all, we watched Jaws, which I wasn't a fan of because I don't like water. Last night we watched Scream, and we've watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
What was the one with Michael
Myers? Halloween. The original.
The OG Halloween.
Yes.
We watched The Conjuring.
Yes.
And
there was one more that I'm forgetting. Carrie.
Yep. More sad than spooky.
Yeah, I don't recommend. This is a special Halloween edition, even though it's coming to you a bit late. You can tell if you're watching and not just listening.
Audio platform.
Yes, in this audio platform that had a
different.
spooky intro. We're also dressed up as special characters you might know from a beloved Apple TV series that has taken the world by storm. I'm talking about, of course,
Ted Lasso.
Yes. Maddie, you're Ted Lasso.
I am.
You're Coach Lassiter.
Is that his full... Do you cut a last name in half? Like a nickname?
No, like that's his actual name, Lassiter.
Oh, interesting.
You've watched the entire show.
Is it literally?
Yeah, Lasso's like his nickname.
What?
Yeah. She's Googling it right now.
I don't think it's Lassiter.
Yeah, that's Lassiter.
Where did you hear that?
In the show. Oh, hang on.
I think you're wrong. This is just good broadcasting.
This is really bad, actually. No, it's not on the Ted Lasso wiki.
It's just Ted Lasso. Wiki. It's just Ted Lasso.
I think it is.
Maybe Tedward.
No, it's Theodore, according to the wiki. Why did I think what is Lassiter from?
Like Psych? Lassiter?
Lassie? That might be it, yeah.
Haha. I have infiltrated your psyche.
Okay. Can we just rewind this?
Oh, beautiful.
Maddie, you're dressed as Ted Lasso.
I am.
Coach Lasso.
Yep. I just don't have a mustache. I couldn't grow one in time for the podcast, and I forgot that I was dressing up as Ted Lasso.
And I am her wonderful assistant coach, Coach Beard, because I have a beard.
And I don't.
Yep. And
weird.
We've got actually roommate Zach. He dressed up as Ted Lasso over the weekend, and we won a costume contest together.
Third. It's not quite winning.
We won a prize at a costume contest. So you could say we had a good weekend.
successful.
So I hope this reaches you somewhere warm, somewhere cozy, somewhere not so spooky now that it's November. But we have a pretty full slate of things to talk about, not necessarily game results. One of them being the Spurs defeat. The other two being managerial changes. Nuno Espirito Santo is gone. Ronald Koeman is gone. And we might talk a little bit about the New England Revolution in the MLS.
Big things.
How they're doing, how they're setting records, how they're really paving the way with one of our boys, Brandon Bai, leading the charge. And then some Champions League fixtures that'll be happening this week. Some interesting matches to watch that we haven't talked about yet because we don't want to just talk about the same teams every time. So that's what we've got for you. And Maddie,
let's jump in.
I'm ready to dive in. Roll the interlude music. Maddie, roll the interlude music.
All right, Jacob, what do we got on the slate?
All right, bad times at Spurs. Bad things happening. Maddie, do you know the result of the game?
I think I watched it.
No, we didn't watch it. Tottenham 0, Manchester United 3. This was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Goals from Ronaldo, Cavani, and Rashford apiece. Spurs not having a single shot on target the entire game.
Wait. They didn't get one?
Not a
one on target?
Not a single one.
How much possession did they have?
They had 58%. They had 58% possession on the game, but it doesn't really mean much if you can't shoot. They didn't create much. Wow. It was just a bad game from Harry Kane. Pretty bad game from Son as well.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think this will just bleed into the next topic, so we'll just put them together. We'll smash it in a deluxe edition. This led to Nuno's sacking. Nuno's gone.
Do you think if the game had gone the other way, the other manager, was this like a manager v manager?
It could have been.
Whoever was going to lose this game was going to get sacked.
You might be onto something.
It kind of felt like it.
Yeah.
Because last week it was all, Ole's out. Ole's done. And then I really wasn't thinking about Nuno leaving because we've been focusing so much on Man United.
Once again, Ole manages to avoid the hot seat and saves his job for another day. Nuno's gone, and with that, there are strong links with Antonio Conte for as Spurs manager. And
they're currently wining and dining him in London.
He landed in London today. I assume much earlier to talk deals. They're saying it's going to be a roughly year-and-a-half deal for Conte. That's what I've heard through the grapevine. All my sources are telling me, and by sources I mean Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Good source.
Yeah, and that was a popular managerial change for Manchester United, but now Tottenham have swooped them. Daniel Levy has rolled out the red carpet, and so I want to talk about. We'll talk about the match, but I mean we should talk about the narrative before the match.
Okay.
The managerial search for Nuno Espirito Santo. I'm gonna just list you off what happened.
Oh, I think I remember this.
Yes, this was this summer.
Yeah, he has not lasted long.
No,
wow.
He lasted about 3 months in charge.
Good
and the search was about 3 months. So a little even Stevens for the search and performance for Nuno, previous manager for Wolves, as everyone knows. Made his hallmark with Wolves as a fiercely counterattacking side that played very negative soccer. And
That's
he brought
soccer.
that just sitting deep, defending a lot, not breaking out of your shell.
Gotcha.
Things that aren't necessarily appeasing to watch, but do get the job done if done right. And at Wolves, it worked okay. He came out the gate swinging. And at Spurs, a soccer team crafted around an identity of free-flowing soccer, of super attacking, especially in the last decade with Poch at the helm for most of that decade. It was quite entertaining to watch, getting the best out of young players like Kane at the time and Son and who's the Dele Alli, all the cool guys you'll see on the FIFA covers. They were really good then, and now they all look like shells. Kane doesn't look like himself. Son has not been able to be at his best, and Dele Alli is somewhere in parts unknown for all intents and purposes.
Ramp up the energy.
I'm trying.
I know.
The point is that Nuno is done not a great job at Spurs. I'll say it. You know what I'm also going to do? I'm going to take off this jacket.
Okay. Please.
It's hot.
Thank you, Darian. No.
I got a whistle. I got a whistle for the costume. And these are actually gear that I had. Excuse me. This is gear I had with me when I used to ref. So I'll keep the hat on though. But geez, oh man.
Really giving the viewers a show.
Sorry. Tottenham were looking for Nuno. They were looking for a manager that wasn't named Nuno. Nuno didn't even come into the conversation for the manager for Tottenham Hotspur till last minute because Conte was looked at. He was looked at in the summer. The search was, according to an article I read, 72 days long. So about 3 months. No, sorry, about 2.5 months.
Wow.
And they talked to Conte. Conte, as you might know, has really strict standards. If he wants to sign onto a team, he's like, hey, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it right. I want some players that I can work with. Here are some of the targets I'm looking at. You should sign them by the next transfer window so we can actually have a shot at the title. That's what he did at Inter. And that's what brought him their title. And then he dipped because Inter decided they didn't want to acquiesce to his demands anymore because they were burning loads of cash and they couldn't do that anymore.
But they did win the league.
They did win the league, which is results. Yeah. But he's a very aggressive, very high octane kind of guy. He's really intense.
He scares me.
They looked at him. They looked at other guys you might know. Hansi Flick, former Bayern Munich manager, current manager for the German national team. They looked at Erik ten Hag, current Ajax manager. And then they were looking to bring back their old flame, Mauricio Pochettino, who is living, I wouldn't say so comfortably at PSG. They talked to Antonio Conte for, I don't know, maybe like a week or so. Paulo Fonseca, former manager for AS Roma, they talked to. And then there was a public outcry of don't sign this guy for Gattuso, who is the Italian national team manager, I want to say.
Man, Antonio Conte has had a lot of teams he's coached and a lot of success. That and you're going to cut this splice.
He is the coach for Fiorentina.
Who?
Gattuso.
Okay.
And so they've looked at all these guys, right? Like 7 guys.
Yeah.
And
it was like one a week.
I mean, basically, yeah. And so Flick, kind of like it was going to be a tough sell because everyone was thinking, oh, he's doing really well at Bayern and he clearly wants the German national team job. Fair play. Ten Hag, he turned down Bayern Munich to stay at Ajax. That'd be tough. Pochettino, fine, but he was at PSG at the time after Tottenham gave him the sack, so why? Conte, I guess, but you got to really commit to that. And so why would you sign him if you don't intend to sign the players he wants? Okay. Fonseca, Gattuso, middling managers. Sure, they could give him a shot if they want to play something strategic here and sign to a particular identity, which is totally fine. But if you do that and then move to Nuno, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So what everyone's saying is, and what I'm saying is that this was just a move that lacked any purpose. This was more of a, God, we need to sign someone right now, or we're gonna
start the season.
We're gonna be caught with our pants down when the season starts, and we're gonna have to have Ryan Mason, caretaker manager, continue. And he wasn't doing hot at the end of the season either. So it was a series of moves that just screamed with a lack of purpose. And it's apparent now to everyone. I mean, everyone knew Nuno wouldn't last it. He only signed a 2-year deal, right? So it wasn't a permanent mainstay. It was him to sign to keep Tottenham afloat, to give them some time to look for another guy. And he didn't even last a quarter of the time. That would be 6 months, right? Yeah, a quarter of the time. And so it's just been an absolute trash heap of a start. They've had 15 out of 30 possible points this season as a top 6 club, air quotes there. That's unacceptable. Even if two of those matches are against Arsenal and Manchester United, and you take those losses, that's 24 points. You got to have those. And the loss to Arsenal, North London rivals, huge loss. Loss to Manchester United, in the current climate Manchester United's in, unacceptable. Yeah, so this is something that was coming. Nuno has been sacked. I don't know where he'll go next, but I assume a championship club or that tier, which would be fine, or maybe like a middling club somewhere in another league. And it's just this was a long time coming. So we look towards Antonio Conte strongly. We wonder what he's going to do with the current crop of players that Tottenham's got. He likes veterans. He likes older guys. He likes guys that hustle. He likes guys that work hard. He's not a man that caters towards finicky stars. So if Dele Alli can get his act together, he could really prosper into this guy. He's only like 28 still, so he's still got time. Really good stuff. I think Antonio Conte would be a great move if Levy backs. Levy's pretty famously a stickler with his money. He doesn't like to spend lavishly. He's a businessman, right? So he doesn't like to just splash on players if he can help it. That's why he didn't just sell Harry Kane, because he can still keep him on for another few years. It's just been a fiasco that has been swept under the rug because so many other things have been happening. So, maybe this is time for Tottenham to face the music and really gear up and spend some money if they want to. They certainly can afford it. Now, on to Man United. Ronaldo, a goal and an assist on the night.
Yay.
He's back to form, maybe. Cavani and Ronaldo were up top this game. In a duo that was necessitated by the absence of Paul Pogba, who got a red card last game, you might have heard. So Cavani and Ronaldo operated really, really well together. They did. Cavani was able to do all the dirty work and let Ronaldo actually prosper in his role, which is something that is really pivotal, I guess, if you're playing with a guy like Cristiano Ronaldo. And then they had Bruno Fernandes being the dude that operates in like this weird trifecta. I'm not sure how it's going to play out in the future if they keep this, because it did work, and I think if Ole's going to try and cling to anything that gets him performances, so I think he'll play something like this next week, depending on what happens at the Atalanta game for Champions League. So if he does this, I think it'll be really good, because we'll be able to see these three guys try and coordinate things together, with Wan-Bissaka and Shaw doing diving runs and trying to get balls forward. More Shaw than Wan-Bissaka. Let's see. Popular moment of the game, Lucas Moura, best player for Tottenham on the field, bar none, like pretty clearly. He was subbed off for Steve Bergwijn, who was not well. He's not good at the moment. He's not in good form. Fans saw that. They didn't like it. The fans have a right to be angry at the team right now, have a right to be angry at the owners, have a right to be angry at the coach. Just a series of bad decisions, and this is something that I'm sure will be a bit cathartic if a new manager gets in by, say, next week or the week after and starts making immediate impact. You often see when managers come in, there's an immediate uptick in the club's performance, not necessarily due to the manager's ability, just how the team psychology works. So it'll be refreshing. Anything else? I feel like
I've said so much.
I know. I just realized, Maddie. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just the whole like sacking and new coaches, and it's just confusing. It just happens so much more often than I kind of thought it would.
It's a continual destruction and rebuild. Yeah.
So like
everyone's always in crisis.
It's like, you know how in high school there was like that popular kids group and they all just kind of ended up dating each other over the years? It's just kind of like that. It's just all the popular kids moving around and dating each other.
Okay.
And the coaches are just moving around and like...
Is this like a... what was that Spanish dynasty that ended up intermarrying and creating like really bad genetic lineages because they kept marrying like their sisters and brothers and cousins?
I mean, none of these people...
The Habsburgs. Is it just like that, right?
That's an extreme example, sure. Holy shit. I don't think any of these people were actually
basically
siblings.
Basically the same thing, right? Basically the same thing. I mean, it is. Yeah, it's always it's daytime television.
It's a small group of people that can coach. Hard to break into it, and it's I don't know. I mean,
the talent pool for these guys is small.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of opportunities to prove yourself at the top level repeatedly because you don't get too many chances. So
you know who's proven himself a lot though?
Who?
Antonio Conte. I was just reading over his Wikipedia page.
Oh, yeah. Top 5 manager.
Seriously, he brought Chelsea to win the Premier League title.
That's true.
Won the FA Cup with them. He led Bari in 2006 to a Serie B title and Siena to promotion in the same division 2 years later. He took over Juventus and won 3 consecutive Serie A titles.
He was the coach that started Juventus's Juventus. What's the possessive? No, it doesn't matter. Juventus's 9 years of dominance in Italy. He began that series of trophies.
Why hasn't he?
And then he killed it himself. He ended their 10th with Inter.
Oh, hell yeah. It was
the fun part.
Hell yeah.
A little poetic.
Why hasn't he he's never coached at a team longer than 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah. You see that with like Mourinho's another good example of that. These guys are culture shifters, right? So they come in and they just like totally change the dynamic of the entire team, right? They come in and they're like, okay, this is now you are my bitches.
But I mean, he hasn't wanted to stay longer at any of these teams. I mean, Juventus is an amazing team. Chelsea was a really good team.
Yeah, they're all good teams, yeah, but they demand nothing less than total success. And if you don't bring total success every time, they look for someone else. Because they can.
Okay. But some clubs have had the same coach for a really long time.
Yeah.
And they're doing well.
Yeah.
Like Jurgen Klopp has been there for 6 years.
Yeah, he has brought Liverpool, but he's brought Liverpool unprecedented success in the Premier League.
Right, but you've won it once and you didn't win it last year and they didn't immediately sack him.
Well, yeah, but you're right. It is a little bit arbitrary as to when people do and don't get sacked, but a lot of it is generated by media, and a lot of it's generated by how it happens, right? So Jurgen Klopp didn't win it. He lost it to the best defensive performance from a team, I think, in a long time. Maybe I don't know. I'm not going to quote myself on that, but Manchester United were the best defensively they've been. And Liverpool were hit with just a myriad of injury issues that totally hampered the team. So it's not like FSG looked at that and said, oh my God, Jurgen, you dumb boy. We're getting rid of you.
Okay, fair. Okay, yeah, he's just very accredited, very successful.
Very Italian.
Very scary.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
You should see him on the sidelines. He's very intense.
I watched a lot of Inter games last year for some weird and strange reason. And I didn't... so they bought Eriksson.
Of course.
And I was like, sweet. All right, I'll watch Inter.
Yeah.
And then he didn't play for like the first half of the season.
Right.
And I distinctly remember a conversation with you where I was like, what the fuck, man? You buy this player and he is like shown in the media playing soccer like, for hours after their practices are done. He is like working his butt off. And you're like, no, this is just how Conte is. Like, he's just whipping him into shape. He was slow at Tottenham. And I was like, no, he's fine. And then I like finally started playing and finally started doing really well. And I was like, oh,
yeah, it takes,
okay.
You gotta take the time to get to know me, get to know Conte.
That was nice.
Yeah.
But he's scary.
Scary men doing scary things.
Yeah.
In spooky, well, it's no longer spooky time. It's November. Yeah. And so it's certainly going to be something to ponder about, the Nuno era of Spurs, something that I think will be quickly forgotten, but will be occasionally brought up and be like, oh yeah, Nuno coached Spurs.
How is there anybody that's coached like a shorter amount of time at like a Premier League level?
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you who, but definitely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
There's already on Conte's Wikipedia page, Tottenham is at the bottom as 2021 dash. So I think it's.
Is this official? Hang on.
Official.
Are we breaking news right now? Give me a sec. Hey, everyone stop. Everyone shut up. Just breaking news. I'm going to Twitter right now. Here we go. 32 minutes ago, Fabrizio Romano breaking the story. Antonio Conte to Tottenham confirmed, and here we go. The contract until June 2023 will be signed on Tuesday, tomorrow, already Tuesday in the UK. The verbal agreement is now completed. He's back in the Premier League. Hashtag THFC. Fabio Patrici wanted him since June and changed Conte's mind. Incredible work. Hashtag Conte. All right. We're back on. Tottenham's back on the menu, boys.
This could turn him around.
Looks like we're having meat tonight. Yes, so another cog to be added, another little intricate weave to look at in the Premier League. Pretty cool stuff.
This
is exciting.
Will this change even more? I feel like the January trade window,
Tottenham will sign someone.
it's gonna be fucking crazy because Newcastle
Yeah.
have all this money
Yeah.
that they are just like
You've got a
dying
point.
to spend.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Conte coming in probably with demands.
Yep.
And I mean, I haven't really paid attention before like this year to like the trades and to like the big moves.
Right.
So do you feel like it's going to be crazier this trade window than like, because you
It's
said
going to be crazier than last trade window, that's for sure.
Okay.
Last trade window was dead because no one had money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think you might be right. Antonio might want a signing, and Newcastle definitely might sign some people. So you could be right, but I really don't know.
Okay.
They keep that stuff hush hush, and then you'll see rumors popping up sometime.
Yeah. I saw a couple for like Bellingham to Liverpool today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's tough to say how valid those are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good. Bellingham would be super expensive.
Yeah. And I mean, your team is already just stacked.
So, but I mean, this is all I'm saying is big times, big things happening. Hashtag Let's Go Spurs.
Oh,
I didn't blow it too hard. That was my
thank
whistle.
you.
It's because I'm a coach. I'm the manager.
I'm going to have to cut.
So I got my timer here. How long? I don't know. It's broken.
Oh, good.
All right. We'll move on. We'll move on to another Ronald Koeman. Ronald Koeman. Koeman, comma, Ronald.
Koeman.
The Dutch damsel. He's not a damsel.
He's in distress.
He's in distress. The Dutch damsel in distress. He's been sacked. He gone. Get out of here. Go on.
We called this, right?
Did we? We might have.
I think Blair said, Ronald Koeman's got to go, man. And you said, I hate that. And then he apologized.
Oh, we might have. Yeah. I mean, like, it was definitely so Barcelona weren't playing great soccer under him. And a lot of the players didn't get along with the coach, which is never good. And never a good thing if you've got a lot of the locker room nervous or against you. And he was pretty bad press-wise. He would just insult players openly to the media. You don't want to do that. That's not a good way to.
He would insult his own players?
Yeah. Especially,
Why?
well, like I think the worst was early on with Ricky Puig, who's this like young Spanish guy, and he just called him like a snake or like a piece of garbage, something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah. That's real nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's one way to build a great relationship.
It's not a fantastic, and honestly, it's been a rough times also at Barcelona, more than Tottenham.
They had no money and they lost their best player.
Yeah, they don't got money. They still have to pay Koeman a €5 million severance package.
And he's not letting them out of it.
No, he's not, because he shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because they sacked him. So it's fine. And we've got several injuries on the squad now. I think Fati's back. He's got a knock. Pedri's injured. Dembele's injured. Aguero's injured. So a lot of their essential players are gone. They've made a couple of stupid signings, Eric Garcia, Luke de Jong. They haven't really panned out. They've got Coutinho, who's middling performance, but not nearly worth the 140 million euros they paid for him initially. They've got a bunch of young guys that are up and coming, but that's a big question mark as to where they'll end up. So lots of potential for Barcelona, but they really have got to come back from the brink because they could end up horrible. This could be an eventual downward spiral for the team if this keeps it going, because they've lost the El Clasico 2-1, and then to Rayo Vallecano, a much smaller team, 1-0. Just really, really bad string of results. I read somewhere that Koeman was the first manager to lose to Real Madrid at 3 El Clasicos in a row in 85 years.
Wow. So
it's not an ideal situation for Barcelona, and which really the only feasible direction a club the size of Barcelona can go is up. Rumored replacement, who has been for like a year and a half now, Xavi, former player for the team, part of their midfield trio that brought them unprecedented success, part of the Spanish team that won back-to-back titles with the Euros, then the World Cup, then the Euros again. So really just a club legend, and we'll see if he has the acumen if he has the acumen to keep Barcelona up at the top level of La Liga. Currently, he coaches a side in Qatar called Al Sadd. And I don't know anyone on that team, but he's gotten them titles, but they're the team with the best players in the league. So he hasn't had, it's not nearly the same as coaching a La Liga side with the media frenzy that Barcelona generates. So it's going to be another tough sell if Barcelona decide to sign someone else and lure someone to the club. It's certainly an alluring destination, but one that comes with a lot of work to do. And Koeman took this job more as a labor of love because he used to play for the team, because he made this a life goal, as he said, to do it. He left being the coach for the Dutch national team at a time where they were in position to go really deep into the Euros. So I just don't know if you're going to get another person like that that's willing to take on that amount of pressure because they like the club so much. So tough stuff. I'm going to look up their next. They play Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League tomorrow. Yep. And then over the weekend, they play Celta Vigo. So ideally, I don't know who their caretaker is right now in the managerial search, but they should be able to take those and win. Yeah. Tough stuff for a lot of sacking going on. Thoughts, Maddie?
Why? It might just be because it's Premier League.
Yeah.
But why is Tottenham sprinting towards another manager, whereas Barcelona, I haven't heard if they've even got like names yet.
I don't know.
Is it
They might have. It could have been a dialogue happening for some time while Nuno was in charge. The board might have been, "Hey, we need to sign someone else," and they might have looked at people and talked to people while Nuno was
behind his back.
Yeah.
Take the knife out,
A little
Tottenham.
saucy.
Jeez.
Yeah, a little saucy business there. It's not something that, hey, is part of the deal, huh? Part of the game. Part of this managerial lifestyle. So, let's move on. Not much else to say other than that. I mean, we've talked about Barcelona quite a bit, I think. Oh, but we can talk about Real Madrid we talked about Clasico. That was last week. The revolution at New England.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Okay, let's briefly give a cool Champions League preview.
You don't want to talk about Revolution?
Not yet, because I have nothing for it. You can tell that we don't have quite as much stuff to talk about because we had a busy Hollow weekend.
Yeah.
Busy Hollow weekend. A friend from out of town came in. We did all sorts of different costumes. Maddie, we did The Price is Right. Mm-hmm. We did
The Beatles.
We did the Beatles. And then we did Ted Lasso
Coach
and
Beard.
Coach Beard.
Yeah.
3 different costumes, 3 different nights, 3 different fun times. Nolan, it was wonderful having you here.
He won't listen to this.
He won't listen to this, no. But I'll say it. Okay, Maddie, we've got 4 matches that we've chosen out of this Champions League group fixtures. Can you give me a breakdown on one of them?
So I will be watching Salzburg versus Wolfsburg. And I'm going to be honest, I picked it because they're both Bergs.
Not because John Brooks plays for the defense for Wolfsburg and Brendan Aronson plays as an attacking midfielder for Salzburg. For Jesse Marsh's.
I definitely picked it for that.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, go on. Forget I said anything.
I definitely picked because of that.
Okay.
Not because of burgers.
Not the Bergs.
Not burgers.
Okay.
All right. So this game, Jacob said it. We've got American versus American. With Salzburg is on top with 2 wins, and Wolfsburg is on the bottom with 0. Oh, no, they've tied. They have 2 points. Salzburg has 7, and they're at the top of their
That's right. RB Salzburg's playing some good stuff.
Yeah. Is there anything interesting about this game that I should know?
Wolfsburg are doing quite well in the Bundesliga. And Salzburg are leading the Austrian league once again.
Yeah, middle of the pack, 7th place. Oh, wow. Mainz is in 5th.
Yep.
Good for Mainz. I love Mainz. What?
I don't know. Why do you like Mainz?
Because I was in Mainz.
Oh, okay. You've been to Mainz.
Yes.
Okay. You've been to the city of Mainz.
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
It's very cute. They have the world's first Bible, I think.
The Gutenberg Press? The first printed Bible?
Yes. And you can buy like small little copies of it.
It
was really cool.
That is pretty cool. So, to be clear, the first printed Bible, not the first Bible.
Okay, the first printed Bible.
I know. I don't know. I'm asking.
Well, now I'm going to have to look it up.
Okay.
I'm sorry to my professor that I definitely remembered this.
What's your professor's name?
That's a good question. The Gutenberg Bible was the earliest major book printed using mass-produced movable metal. It was the first printed. The Gutenberg Bible is located in Mainz, Germany. Mainz is a really cool town, though, because half of it, like, it was pretty bombed out during the war, so half of it's really old and, like, the old kind of scenery and, like, building types, and then a lot of it is also new and modern, so it's like you can walk down the street and have, like, two different kinds of architecture on both sides.
The destruction created diversity.
Yes.
Nice. Just like Mainz's Tactics.
Hey!
Which brings them to 5th.
Yes. But Wolfsburg is in 7th.
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
So for you U.S. MNT fans out there, that's going to be a good showcase on both attacking and defensive talent. John Brooks, clear defensive starter, so we got to watch for him, especially given his slump in form for the national team. And Brendan Aronson, always a fun guy to watch.
I like him.
He's slippery. He's
cute.
He's cute.
He's cute as a button.
He's cute as a button, that Brendan. He's 19.
This is the hard-hitting commentary that people want to hear about.
He's 19.
He's 19.
He's 19.
Never mind. We're cutting all of this. I feel like a pedophile now. Okay. Jacob, what? Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah, what's going on?
Bring it back.
I didn't bring it there.
What game are you watching Tuesday?
I'm going to be watching a cool Sevilla Lille because we didn't, I said I'd watch it last time, but then I watched Barcelona Benfica, which was the right decision at the time. But now I'm going to watch Sevilla Lille because Sevilla are always a high-performing team in Spain. They've got a lot of history and they've got a lot of good players. I'm going to bring some specific examples. Ivan Rakitic, former Barcelona player, back at Sevilla, the team he came from. Fantastic midfielder, one of my favorite midfielders. Tireless guy, plays for Croatia. We got Lucas Ocampos. He's having a pretty hot season. No, I'm sorry, not Yusuf El Nesri. He's having a pretty hot season. 3 goals so far. Not bad. And former Tottenham player Eric Lamela. The one-footed wonder, as it were. And then on the other side, we've got the Canadian superstar Jonathan David for Lille. You might know him. He's lighting up the league. Renato Sanchez, box-to-box midfielder for Portugal, former Bayern superstar. Well, not superstar, but he didn't get many playing minutes, but he's really, really, really good. Renato Sanchez, if he can stay healthy, he'd be one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the world, period. And I think if he gets ramped up and back into form, he's still only like 24. Yeah, he's 24. He's got so much time. I'm really excited for this guy. We've got Jonathan Bamba, pretty fast guy down the wings. French, not quite enough. And then Burak Yilmaz, old Turkish striker that had a season of his life last season to bring Lille the title. Did I add that Lille are the current champions of league despite being in the same league as PSG?
Doesn't Weah play for
Yes,
Lille?
Weah probably won't start. He's not a consistent starter, but he will get some minutes in this game. He hasn't been able to really put his find the ball in the back of the net. So I hope that changes as time goes on. Maybe someone gets injured and he slots in. I don't want to wish for that though. Yay. So yeah, good stuff. And then Wednesday. We got RB Leipzig against PSG. That's going to be Jesse Marsch and company facing on the French Giants. It was confirmed that Messi will be out for the game. So
is he injured?
Yeah, it's maybe some fitness issues. So we're gonna. That's fine because he's not playing well for PSG at the moment anyway. So. He just needs some time to kind of get used to the system. He's now been dropped into a system that no longer totally revolves around him.
Yeah.
That he played for 18 years or something at Barcelona. And then RB Leipzig obviously have Nkunku. He's off to a blazing start, along with Andre Silva. No, I'm sorry. He plays for Frankfurt. God. Tyler Adams, defensive midfielder, captain, all-around cool guy. Tyler Adams is going to bring Leipzig to a hopeful victory here. It's going to be in Germany, so Leipzig will have a home advantage there. And then finally, Milan-Porto. Zlatan Ibrahimovic had a pretty great weekend with a free kick goal for Milan at the age of 39. And then Porto, always a pleasure to watch in the Champions League. Pretty consistent performers there. Frequent appearances. Former winners with Jose Mourinho. Yeah, not much else to talk about. How much minutes will this be cut down to, you think?
Probably 40.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you want to say anything about?
I want to just give more of a shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the New England Revolution are we're gonna transition out. Wow, my brain is shutting down.
Quick, get it out before you totally shut down.
Dun, 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 dun. The New England Revolution are an East Coast MLS team. They are leading the Eastern Conference in the U.S. And the MLS doesn't work like a traditional soccer league. They have playoffs, which is objectively more fun in my opinion, but we won't bring that up. So they're leading the league in points, and they have a record amount of points in the league, overtaking most recently the LA Galaxy with 72 points on the season. The Revolution are now at 73, and they still have 2 games to go.
Wow. Who do they play?
The Revolution have yet to play.
So the next game, they're playing Inter Miami?
Yeah. And that's it.
And that's it.
Okay. Yeah, so the Revolution are at 73 points right now, and if they win their last game against Inter Miami, they'll be at 76. The highest amount of points taken in a single season in the MLS ever. This is very, very cool. Matt Turner, the goalkeeper for the New England Revolution, probably the most valuable player in the MLS right now, probably destined for Europe at some point. He is the starting goalkeeper for them, and we're very excited because he is the future for this U.S. squad. But I want to give a special shout out to Brandon Bai, a right back for the New England Revolution, and a Western Michigan University alum. Go Broncos! He played as a striker for the Broncos. During my time when I watched them there, and he has transitioned beautifully into a highly defensive right back, and I'm very excited for him and for the team because I would love to see a Bronco take it all the way. And so as a New York resident and an NYCFC supporter and jersey purchaser, I won't be mad if either of these teams win the cup. So I'll be watching all the playoff games for both those teams, and we will be reporting on any notable events, happenings in the MLS playoffs. You should tune into it. It's chaos. The MLS is chaos incarnate. Not quite as bad as CONCACAF, but just like if CONCACAF had more rules, that would be the MLS.
Last year, we were watching one of the final games.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And, the keeper stepped off the line. It was PKs. The keeper stepped off the line. He got kicked out of the game. A defender came in as the goalie and saved the shot to win the game.
NYCFC against Orlando, and that's how New York City went out.
Yeah.
Because a defender had to be put in as goalie, and he saved the shot. Because he played goalie once in, middle school.
Yeah. It was pure chaos, and
you should go look it up. It was crazy.
It was 6 PKs in, and it was a really controversial. What the hell is going on? Why did he get called for that? Because other goalies were doing the same thing.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Crazy stuff. I think we would talk more about the MLS if there already wasn't so much to talk about across the pond. So I think we're going to just briefly talk about MLS while the playoffs are happening.
Yeah.
Before a winner is decided. Yeah, and that was it. Sorry if this felt short. We had a very busy weekend. Didn't have quite as much time to watch all the games. Taking all the stories, the little battles.
I want to give congratulations to Arsenal.
Oh,
it was terrible. Leicester had some shots, but Aaron Ramsdale.
Yes.
Fuck.
Right.
He had just the game of his lifetime. He played so well. So Blair, you win this one.
Aaron Ramsdale, good at soccer.
Oh, and the Arsenal women's soccer team is going into the FA Cup final.
Against who?
Chelsea.
All right. What day? What time?
December 5th, 9 a.m.
Okay. Not for some time.
Yeah. So Arsenal beat Brighton 3-0 yesterday, and Chelsea beat Man City 3-0 yesterday. So it will be Chelsea, the last winners of the Women's FA Cup, against Arsenal. Blair thinks they were in third place last year.
Okay. Well, Chelsea made it to the Champions League final last year. So I think if I know anything about the Super League, it's going to be some fierce competition.
Yeah. And our girl Tobin Heath right there.
Tobin, baby.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's it from us. It's November 1st, so I won't wish you a happy Halloween, but happy November. We've made it another month.
Woo.
And I don't know. Thanksgiving? What's the next one?
Next holiday?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but that seems too far away to wish people a happy Thanksgiving.
I don't think... Do you have to wish people anything?
Good luck to Antonio Conte. Good luck to the club FC Barcelona. And good luck to Brandon Bai.
Are we doing a Champions League episode this week?
Yes, we will be doing a Champions League episode for the games. A brief one, probably maybe like a half hour, 40 minutes on the games when I get to watch them. And we'll break it down from there. And I think that's all from us.
All right. Have a good week.
Bye, everyone.